Drew McIntyre, what is your favorite Raw moment of all time?
What a hard question. Always give me the difficult questions here.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We got a couple, because
got
New
a
Day,
lot.
woohoo, we got some bangers.
More than a couple.
But I believe it was Raw when we secured our spot as the longest reigning WWE World Tag Team Champions.
That one. That one and another one, of course, which is near and dear to my heart. You'll notice that I'm wearing this title upside down. Do you know why? Let me go ahead and tell you why. Because we done turned the whole wrestling world upside down when we took the Dudley Boys. Beat them up. But who were they with? They weren't alone, were they? Who were they with? Who were they with?
I don't know, I couldn't see him.
You couldn't see him.
I couldn't see
We
him.
saw him. We saw him.
Stomped out on the ground.
John Cena.
Ooh, Jonathan.
We done stomped him out.
Cena. And you know,
Come on,
I think
man.
that really helped Cena kick off his Hollywood career.
right, that's
you know,
right.
we helped him out.
We
so
helped him out.
You're welcome.
One of my absolute favorites was being in the ring one-on-one with Dusty Rhodes. That was one of the most beautiful things I ever got to be a part of, and I didn't really hold my own that well, but it was good enough to get by, and afterwards, for 10 years down the line, Dusty would come up to me and be like, hey, remember that rating we got, you and I? And it's like a couple of old timers talking, one of the coolest things that could ever happen. It was because of him, not me, but I was part of it.
My favorite moment all time in Monday Night Raw is going to be a sentimental one. I'm going to say the Raw after the 1998 Royal Rumble. It is in Cleveland, Ohio. Kane and Paul Bearer are having a 10-bell salute for The Undertaker. They are going on a rampage. They are pulling fans over the guardrails. They're going on a tear. And if you watch that episode, you can see a very chubby, very terrified little Johnny Gargano sitting in the front row. That is my first appearance on WWE television.
Undertaker versus Kane. I remember loving that story when I was a kid. I mean, still do to this day. But as a kid, I was just blown away that the Undertaker had finally met his match. It was his brother. It was so cool. He was such a monster. But Taker would accept the match. He said he would never fight his brother. And I remember an episode of Raw where Taker returned. I think the lightning bolt came down and brought him back from the dead, as it did, which was cool. And he delivered the speech where he finally accepted the match with Kane at WrestleMania 14. And the build to Mania was awesome, the match at Mania was awesome, the entrances were awesome, it was just plain awesome. So there you go, no one will pick that one, but somebody that's watched this for a while.
The Undertaker's return before WrestleMania 14, where he accepted to face Kane at WrestleMania. You know, he was burned in a casket, and he came out of a burning coffin, and then just gave a powerful promo. It was just a moving moment that to this day, it's one of the coolest moments of feeling that I get out of this business. That's my favorite moment.
Drew McIntyre also picked that. So, why is that such a popular moment?
That same one?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Aha, easy. My favorite Raw moment of all time was when I objected at a certain wedding and professed my love to a certain someone in the most iconic, bizarre moment of my whole entire life.
Well, considering the fact that I am the first ever official Queen of WWE, winning the Queen's Crown Tournament of Queen in the Ring, it would definitely be my Queen's coronation on Raw. The spotlight was just on me.
I got a lot of favorites, but I'd have to say one that stuck out to me a lot was John Cena and Brock Lesnar in the ring at the same time, and it wasn't even a match, but they started brawling. I remember John Cena walking up to Brock. I remember what you did last week, and smacked him. Next thing you know, Brock's got Cena on the ground, they're rolling everywhere, and then the whole locker room comes out, and they're trying to hold him back, and Cena's face is all busted, and Brock looks crazy, Cena looks crazy, and to me as a kid, I was just so excited and invested in that. In 2002, I was in a bar with my friends, and we were all playing on one of the TVs, but obviously there's no sound. And I see Kevin Nash wearing an NWO shirt, introduced the newest member of the NWO. And then I see HBK, Flash Armatron, lost my in that bar, went crazy. Because at that point in time, Shawn Michaels is the reason I became a professional wrestler. I never thought Shawn would be back. Lost my mind.
Triple H's return, I think it was 2002 at Madison Square Garden, and what was one of the loudest ovations and returns ever. The reason why I remember that is because prior to his return, Triple H was the most hated guy. Like, fans hated this guy. They wanted to see his demise. And when he returned, it was the first time I saw fans really understanding the sacrifice and all the pain and suffering and everything that we do in order to do this. So it was a kind of cool, like, moment to see the both sides of the coin, you know? Like, this guy was despised, but now is, like, the most respected.
You know, on Monday Night Raw back in 2004, two women here in WWE main event for the first time ever. Trish and Lita going after the women's title. It was a match to remember, and again, they kind of set the path for the women here in WWE today.
Raw 25, it was at Barclays as well as the Manhattan Center. And I had a match for the Intercontinental Championship, which I made prestigious and relevant at the time, against Roman Reigns, who was the reigning Intercontinental Champion. And I beat Roman Reigns at Barclays. When I beat him for the IC title, that crowd erupted in celebration and cheered me. And I don't get cheered very often. And so then I walked backstage and they were like, hey, you need to go to the Manhattan Center. And I go, for what? You need to go right now. So I had to literally go in my gear, sweating still, got in a car and drove to the Manhattan Center. Now it was 2 miles away, but let me tell you something. 2 miles in Manhattan takes a long time to get there. They weren't sure if I was gonna make it by the end of the show, but I did. And once I went out to the Manhattan Center, I got an even bigger eruption. And it was incredible. It was one of the first times that I've gotten truly cheered. And it was awesome.